Good afternoon. Here is the state news on OGBC. I am Debo Adeyinka. First, the major items. The Minister of Transportation is charging stakeholders on support to the current administration as electric bike is launched. The board speak of near empty streets amidst the end bad governance protest. The importance of writing memoir for posterity has been brought to the fore. Stakeholders have been charged to continue to support the Governor Dabo-led administration for the success of its various programs. The Minister of Transportation, Senator the Akali, gave the charge in Abeokuta during the launch of the DA electric bikes at the Arcade Ground, Abeokuta. He said the initiative will not only create jobs in the manufacturing assembly, but make public transportation more efficient, sustainable, and environmentally friendly. The Transportation Minister who added that over 15,000 electric bikes are being used for commercial purposes in Togo, Kenya, Benin Republic, Rwanda, and Ghana. He expressed optimism that the DA bikes will serve as alternative mobility technology that will ease transportation difficulties, reduce hazardous and toxic combustion products, which contribute to greenhouse gas emission. In a goodwill message, the Alaki and paramount ruler of Ibeland, Oba Adidotun Badipo, said the e-bike initiative of the government is trailblazing and a laudable achievement, adding that it is cheering that the state sets the pace in all facets. Also, the state Iyaloja General, Chief Yemisi Abbas, commended the state government for coming up with the e-bike initiative, calling for the deployment of the bikes to the rural areas for improved economy. Governor Dapo Abiodun has described the launch of the electric motorbikes and CNG tricycles as another milestone in the activities of the current administration towards achieving a green future for the state. Speaking at the inauguration, which is under the second phase of the Ogun e-mobility program held at the Arcade Ground in Kemos, Hambekuta, the governor informed that over 2,000 motorbikes will be distributed to kickstart the program as his administration is committed to enhancing the transportation system of the state for economic growth. Governor Abiodun said the assembly plans that will help in reducing transportation fares for 40% by 40% will be supported with a training department for youth to be trained on the maintenance of the electric motorbikes and tricycles, adding that the investment would be divided into three phases, with the first phase for motorcycles, second phase for tricycles, and the third phase will be for e-vehicles. The End Bad Governance protest in Abeokuta recorded near empty streets as few vehicles were on the road and commuters were stranded at various bus stops. According to the report, most of the filling stations around the Lokinke and most commercial vehicle operators kept up the road for fear of being attacked by protesters. Residents were also seen in front of their houses, and few others were on the road looking for vehicles to get to their destinations. Reports have it that there was heavy presence of security personnel at Funab Junction, Camp Area, Lafayette, Enugada, Itoshi, Roundabout, Akinolubade, Obada, among others, to forestall any breakdown of law and order. In view of the nationwide protest that commenced this Thursday, streets in the West were deserted as people are skeptical to go about their daily activities. OGBC correspondent in the West, Lukman Issa, observed that law enforcement agents are stationed at strategic places along the E4 Expressway, Papalato, Joju, Sango Underbridge, Ota, as well as Ilaro, where few commercial vehicles, tricycles, and motorbikes operate along the route. Lookman also reported that security personnel were stationed at the Ansarudin Secondary School, venue of the protest in Ota. From Shagamu, Adiola Olagunju reports that shops, banks, and businesses were initially under lock and key in anticipation of violence and looting during the protest, but this has changed due to the presence of security operatives in almost every junction with patrollers, thereby giving residents the courage to go about their normal businesses and activities. In the same vein, reports speak of similar situation in Jebo Access as the area is calm and peaceful due to heavy security presence. Report just reaching our newsroom has said that a few protesters staged a demonstration in front of the MKO Abiola Stadium, Abeokuta, carrying placards. bearing different descriptions such as "We are hungry" and "bad governance," among others. OGBC roving reporter observed that what appeared as if there would not be protest in the morning changed around 11:30 a.m. as about 30 youths later gathered at the stadium. In the meantime, protesters have been prohibited from protesting anywhere in the state except the MKO Abiola Stadium, Abeokuta, Asaruddin Comprehensive High School, Ota, Remo Divisional High School, Shagamu, and Debo Dealer Stadium. Justice Boyega Ogunfowora, who granted an application moved by the state's Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Oluwashino Ogunbode, directed that all protests under the End Bad Governance in Nigeria slogan must be limited in place and time. The judge also directed the Commissioner of Police to enforce the order and ensure that the protests are held only in the specified locations and during the time frame in the order. The judge declared that the order would last for 7 days and ordered the state to set the application on notice within that period. You're listening to the news at 6. You're listening to GBC 98.5 FM. Brought to the center stage as the publisher of the who launched the third volume of his biography series, entitled State 50 Top Role Models. The author, Mr. Olanipeku, while delivering a welcome address, explained that the book re-echoed the importance of writing one story, which may be in form of a biography or an autobiography, informing that the memoir featured 50 people of integrity who have excelled in their various fields of endeavor. The reviewer, Dr. Chris Omotosho of the Federal College of Education, Oshena Abeokuta, and the state chairman of the Association of Nigerian Authors, Amora, captured the stories of young and old, submitting that it is a book which would give the incoming generation an insight into the biographies of the people of the past, saying lessons from their stories would help the younger ones plan their lives well. Also speaking, the head of service, Mr. Kehinde Onosoya, who was expressing hope that the book would be of benefit to the country. In separate remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Builder Odiadiaga, said the memoir would serve as an encouragement for the younger ones to read, while an ace broadcaster, Chief Olusegun Ekishola, lauded the painstaking research done by the author, bearing their minds of the importance of writing memoirs on the preservation of history. Some of the role models, including Engineer Oladipo Oyewole, Alhaji Babatunde Additional, Alhaji Sikirola Ogundele, Professor Olanike Onifade, and Ambassador Babatunde Adeyemo, described the author as an unbiased writer who impacts the community and humanity. Among the Ogun State top 50 role models featured in the MoMA is the general manager of OGPC, Mrs. Toyin Shopeson, who was represented by the Deputy General Manager, Marketing Services, Mr. Niyi Amushon. Now to the dear departed. The State Broadcasting Corporation has mourned the loss of a former Deputy General Manager, Prince Tony Badebo, who passed on Tuesday night. In a statement, the General Manager of OGBC, Mrs. Tony Sugarson, described his death as shocking and deeply saddening, especially considering his lively attitude up until his final moments. She described Prince Badebo as a down-to-earth, jovial, and lively person, adding that OGBC has lost one of its brightest and finest. Mrs. Shobeso, however, thanked God that he led a fulfilled and impactful life. The corporation's management, led by the general manager, on Wednesday paid a condolence visit to Prince Tony Badebo's family of the iconic broadcaster's demise spread late on Tuesday night, leaving many in shock as he was seen full of life and joy some days before this had occurred. Peace and unity are necessary ingredients for societal development. Let's promote harmonious relationship. To end the state news, another look at the major items. The Minister of Traffic, DA Electric Bikes and Arcade Ground, called on stakeholders to continue to support the Governor Abiodun-led administration for the success of its various programs. Reports say the hashtag End Bad Governors protest in Abeokuta, the state capital, recorded near empty streets as fewer vehicles were on the road while commuters were stranded at the various bus stops. We heard that at the launch of the third volume of the State 50 Top Role Models, the author, Mr. Dadaola Nipeku, the importance of writing one's story, which may be formal biography or autobiography, to serve as guide for the upcoming generation. The State News was edited by Wahid Ogunjobi and broadcast from UGPC and Belkuta. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website www.radio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/radio and on X at our handle at Open Radio.